You're just gonna stare at me? Oh.
And rollers. What the hell?
What's up? Damn it! I knew I was gonna do it. I knew I was going to fuck it up. And there I did. I did it. I did it. I did it. Alright, I'm stopping the stream. We're restarting here. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Ay, Dios mío. How are you guys? Welcome to another Friday evening. This time we're gonna go not so much a bingo type of situation, but more of a critique of a particular Sov. He's a personal favorite of mine. But I'm not going to give him too much ego. But this particular guy, you may know who he is. I'm going to call him JeHeretic or JeHeretic. I'm just going to go with JeHeretic. JeHeretic. I'm just going with that. Let's go with that. This guy, he is a true believer. He definitely knows who I am, or at least he knows my other account, Artrexis Lives. Because I actually did a full-on, reaction and breakdown of some of his videos when he first got, ticketed and then tried to fight in court. And of course, he was one of those who had the clandestine audio recording in the middle of it, and he basically failed miserably. Thing is, it didn't phase him. He still kept on going. He's still keeping on. But one of his big things that he does is that he's an adherent to Mark Stevens's strategy. And if you don't know who Mark Stevens is, he's a fairly infamous Sov. He's a very more of the anarchist, more heavily anarchist level of sovereign than some others. And he has a very specific strategy in his court filings where he emphasizes jurisdiction a lot, and you'll hear it from him in a bit. But that's been his stick, and that's where we're going to break him down and really get to the heart of what a lot of sovereigns love to screw up and manipulate, and that is the legal concept of jurisdiction, and how the court is able to, well, not just the court, but the government in general is able to, enforce the law upon you. So that's been his thing. So with that said, let's get right to it and reach out to him.
Last video sparked
This
up some.
now I'll preface this. A few of these videos that we're going to before I go any further, if you notice up at the top, I am currently doing a charity drive. Right now, the island of Puerto Rico has been hit by several earthquakes. One was a 6.4. It's the southern part of the island has been really wrecked. From what I saw, actually today, between 2,000 and 7,000 people are displaced, and I'm raising funds for the people there. Let me see if this link will actually work. I'm raising money for a charity, Direct Relief. They're a very good charity. They have an A rating with a lot of the charity watchdogs. I've done a charity drive before for Hurricane Maria a couple years ago, and I'm doing another one today. If you have any anything available, please do what you can to help donate. I'd really appreciate it. It really help the people out. And yeah, there's my plug for this evening. I won't ask you for it again. It's just that's what I'm looking for, or that's what I'm advocating right now. This charity drive, I'm lasting it to February. So anything you could provide, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. All right, moving on.
Thoughts and things, this one guy, where is it? How the Almighty allowed evil to rule, I will never understand. That reminded me that religion is part of the problem here. Like, people just waiting for Jesus' return. Oh, Jesus is gonna come back and make the world a better place. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, Liz D. Yeah, yeah. It's a very weird thing that Puerto Rico is somehow involved in some of these sovereign citizen. Yeah, yeah. I think it has to do with them thinking that the IRS is actually like home based in Puerto Rico, and so it only has jurisdiction in Puerto Rico or in the other federal territories. Yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird.
How about you pull your head out of your ass and make it a fucking better place right now, you dumb son of a bitch? That's the
Let me know if the volume is
that reminds
is sufficient now.
Vox populi, vox dei. The voice of the people is the.
Why do I keep calling people sovereign citizens? Well, it's because, that's the label. I mean, how else do you define those individuals who, for whatever reason, believe that the local, state, and federal laws don't apply to them? You're a sovereign, whether you want to be called it or not. I mean, that's the mainstream. That's the mainstream terminology. And JeHeretic, he checks all the boxes.
The voice of God. And if you think about it, and the way that all of society is the reason why we're in this situation right now, because people have closed.
How to protect your. I'm kind of looking at his turning ideas into something. 28 U.S. Code 3000. Oh God, he's citing that one. Rush Limbaugh. Corporation have constitutional rights.
Their brains down. They've closed their eyes. They don't hear anything. They don't even comprehend taking a shit.
You keep telling yourself that. Yeah, right. The Matrix. Can I just call you the Matrix for short?
The voice of the people is the voice of God. Now, you listen to all these people that worship the state.
You say he's right.
Worship the government, and they're fighting back and forth like the.
Oh God, he's got Anna von Ritz as one of his bookmarks. The pretend judge.
Bloodlickens and the Democrips, and so on and so forth, and the racial slur issues, and the sexist remarks, and all these different stupid ideals that clash with each other is uncalled for. Obviously. It's not getting us anywhere, and it's continuously holding us all back. Now, that being said, let's get back to the voice. What does this have to do with the voice of the people is the voice of God? Well, when society all agrees to be a bunch of dipshits.
Man, he actually plays games. Now I feel weird.
What do you get? A dipshit society. When all of
There is no legal definition for a sovereign citizen. No, there's no. You're not going to find a sovereign citizen in a Black's Law dictionary. That doesn't mean, there isn't. It doesn't have a defined term. It's not a defined term.
Society wakes the fuck up and starts to look around themselves and realize what is, and not only realizes but also separates.
Okay, I wasn't
the real
expecting
from
this
the
to be
fake.
just a stream of
That's
conscious
when
thing.
Things are going to start happening.
It is more like, wake up, sheeple.
Vox
I'm well versed in the law and the legal. I'm sure you are. You fight the power, brother.
Populi Vox Dei, the voice of the people.
Okay, it's okay. It's Vox Populi, Vox Dei, not Dei.
Is the voice of God. And the reason society is the way it is today is because
No,
of
the Matrix. There is no
not
difference
the
between
government's fault.
legal and lawful.
They're doing what you allow them to do.
There's a difference
because
between
you are
legal
a
and
willing
ethical,
participant. You are
but
a
not
willing
legal and lawful.
slave. That is the problem.
And DGen is
Vox
correct.
Populi, Vox
The
Dei.
OGs, the originators
The voice
of this
of the
ideology, they call
the will-
themselves
the voice
sovereign
of the
citizens.
people is
So
the
take it
voice
up
of
with them.
God. So, when your voice agrees with the bureaucratic system that we have today, you are part of the problem. When you're a troll and a drone talking shit, getting us nowhere, you are a part of the problem. When you are just a basic drone working every day, not willing to organize with people,
You're just a slave to the
you
system,
are a
man.
part of the problem. Now, what does that mean? That means we can provide ourselves with our own food, our own energy, our own this, our own that. We can turn the driver's licenses.
No. I mean, I don't know how to farm. I don't know how to raise livestock. I don't know how to create my own energy. You know, convert coal into electricity. So no, I don't know how to do those things. I kind of need to have those services for me. It's part of the reason why we progress so much is that, you know, we have division of labor. Yeah, it's kind of been a thing here.
ID cards, social security numbers, etc., etc., etc. The list goes on, all back to where we got them from, including their federal.
Hey, what's up, Juan Galt? I was wondering if you were gonna chime in, man. You because I saw that you said you were one of the OGs. Yes, the OG Posse Comitatus. Damn.
Reserve notes, all that paper shit. Cancel your bank accounts.
And yes,
But that takes
the earliest court
massive
cases I've found
mind change.
that involve sovereign
Where
citizens in
instead
terms of this ideology,
working every day,
they
for
were part of the Posse
no good
Comitatus
reason. Like, there's a lot
organization.
of jobs out there that do nothing to benefit life in general. So they're worthless. We don't need them. Fast food, garbage. Don't need it. You know what I mean? There's a ton of
Mitch,
jobs
shut
out
up.
there that
Shut
are-
up, Wolf.
their only purpose is to keep the system going.
And yes.
And this very system is the system that keeps us a slave.
Oh, God. They were white
Enslaved.
supremacists. There's a reason why they
And it
emphasize
is
that they're not
all
a 14th
voluntary.
Amendment citizen and that the 13th Amendment
Right?
was
All by
never
consent.
truly enacted. There's a reason why
Because
they
we
harp
all
on those amendments, not
changed
just
our
the 16th Amendment on the income
voice.
tax.
It would change our world. Point blank. Trolls and drones continuously. Lick nuts. Vox Populi, Vox Dei.
Oh my God.
The voice of the people is the voice of God. Think about it, people. Do some meditating. Open your mind. Eat some good food. Be the change you want to see. Somehow, people need to start organizing.
You fight the power,
on
brother.
A massive scale. Waking up and organizing in such a way that we just stop participating with their system and watch them claw, and they're gonna freak out. They'll probably just wipe us out with something. They'll try to kill us, but anyways, peace out.
Okay. I was not. Okay, there were much better ones out there that I was reading. Okay, so yeah.
Hola, Mr. and Mrs. YouTube followers, trolls and drones alike.
You alright, buddy?
I was just reading through the comments because it's been a little while since I looked, and I noticed that, some people say they don't understand how people people believe they have the right to travel without permission from their so-called government, right? They say that, well, these
so-called
people are
government
violating our laws and codes.
Yeah.
And I just had to kind of talk about that topic real quick for a second, because you got, on one hand, you have the laws and laws, like,
oh, here we go. I'll let you listen while
laws of nature and unwritten laws that we kind of have adopted as people, whereas you would probably think about doing unto others as you'd have done unto you. You can't give away authority. You don't have those, logical types of things that you could probably call laws, right? Another law is you don't want to murder people. You don't want to steal their stuff, etc., etc.
Oh, God, this shit.
Right. So those are laws that we can agree upon because they're moral laws.
Okay, so I put a comment to him on this one where he is basically asserting that, there are just laws that everybody knows, you don't do. Okay. So one of those things is murder. And my first comment to him was like, okay, how do you define murder? Is it any killing of another human being? Does the killer's mental state affect whether it's a crime or the severity of the crime? What if the killer claims self-defense? Can he? Is there ever an instance where a killing of another can be justified or not? And it kind of goes into this idea that this guy really thinks that, we all know what's right and what's wrong, and so we can just have no laws, no police, we can all understand what we're doing. And I don't think he understands that that's not really how the human mind works or human society works. Because there's going to be people who are not going to give three fucks about what you believe is morally right or not. And they're going to do whatever the hell they want because they don't have any qualms about using the threat of force or threat of violence to coerce others to do something. The thing is, when it's government that does it, it can be tyrannical, but depending on the system of government, you can have, or the people can have checks and can have oversight on that authority to ensure that they are not abusing that power. You can't really do that when it's mob rule or it's a bunch of warlords out there who don't have any sort of check on them in terms of enforcing their will upon those, because they have no qualms about using violence.
And you don't have to write those down. We just kind of know that it's moral not to steal. It's moral not to doesn't belong to you. It's moral not to cause harm or injury, right? So those are, you can call them laws, you can call them morals, you can call them whatever you want. Then on the other hand, they say codes.
Oh my god, just as a reminder, a code is nothing more than an organization of statutory law. That's all. Or, in the other hand, it is a group of statutes or group of common law. Or, excuse me, how do I say it? A subject that is normally has been a part of the common law, say like crimes, that has been converted into statutory law and codified, organized by its subject matter. So the criminal code, the vehicle code is simply an organization of statutory laws passed by the legislature. That's all it means.
Codes, people.
These guys are really all up their own asses when it comes to codes and statutes are not laws, man.
What are codes for? Where do codes come from?
I just explained it.
What does code mean? You guys
Yeah.
are stupid. You cannot be bound by a code unless you are a computer program. Codes are for programs, computers, robots, fictions, et al. Right.
They are laws, Matrix.
And it's
Whether
so
you
funny
whether
that
you
these
think they are
motherfuckers
not,
call me a
whether you
sovtard.
believe it or
Like,
not,
what the fuck?
they're
When have I
a type
ever
of
claimed
law.
to be sovereign?
Oh my god! And you are
Not
sovereign.
once. And it's not my fucking problem what you want to call yourself. I think it's funny that you.
Well,
call
it's
me
not
a
my problem
sovtard
that you don't like to be called a sovereign
because
citizen.
I am.
If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and
the
talks like a
pictures
duck.
on the map are not really there in the real world. You know, on planet Earth, those lines are not actually. You know, whoever created this Earth didn't put those lines there. That man came up with this idea, put the lines there, called them states, made up their own little fictional world called the legal system and government and God.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Is it like systems of government has been around for a long time, dude? Didn't start with the United States.
All you idiots to believe in them.
The guy acts
it's
like
just a religion.
the concept of governance
There's nothing
was just
factual
invented like 50 years
other than
ago.
a man with a badge and a gun that will force you to believe in his religion. That's about it. I mean, shit.
Laws also change as we grow. Definitions
just
also
stupid,
change as we grow.
So I think the
Another thing they
Christian
forget.
Crusades or whatever. Religions have always tried to force themselves on other people. It's nothing new. It's always been that way. And
Okay, that's cute.
so I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny. You guys, some of these trolls call me a sovtard. I don't even know. I think it's a government shill. It seems like there's probably roomfuls of people, who knows, sitting at computers and their whole job is to just
What?
comment on YouTube videos. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah,
I don't know.
I totally get
Either
paid
that,
for
or
this.
There's that many stupid people out there that really believe that the state exists.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. Everybody's got to understand that. I mean, I talk to regular people all the time, and I say, yeah, you know, you go into these courts and you get a ticket, and it's you versus the state. You ever met the state? They're like, no. You ever seen the state? Well, I'm in the state. Okay, well,
Yeah.
can you prove you're in the state?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I can. Get a map. I can see a landmark. Oh, says Burlington. Oh, here's the map of the state. Oh, there's Burlington. Whoa, I will slap my ass and call me Charlie. I am in the state of New Jersey.
What do you mean? I say, what do I mean? The state is a legal fiction that was created in a particular year in the past.
Yeah.
Like,
Is that raw?
I only know
Yeah.
Washington State by heart because I'm a Washingtonian. See how stupid that is? How can you be something that doesn't exist? So, Washington State, the fiction, was created in 1889, November 11th.
Oh my god.
Think about it, guys.
You think about it. Okay. What was the other one I was thinking of? Oh god. I do have to listen to this one. Y'all gotta hear this shit.
Cruising around
In his bike.
on my motorized bicycle because I'm too lazy to pedal.
A code
sucks.
Matrix, you can
Getting
call it whatever the hell you
nowhere
want, dude. A code
It hurts
is an
your
organization
old
of
knees.
statutory laws passed by your legislature.
I bought the bike used for $20.
Codes and statutes are forms of
Unauthorized.
law, just like judicial
then got that
precedents,
kit
just
for
like
95 bucks
regulatory
off eBay.
rules, or forms of
And
law. No,
I
asshole. Oh my god, Matrix, if you're really going to go this route, no, there is zero difference between upper and lower case when it comes to nouns. For God's sake, man. Who the fuck told you that there's a legal difference between these two usages of case in a name? Are you insane? Don't answer that
to
question.
break
I
it
already know
in,
the
I
answer.
rode about 12 miles out and 12 miles back in.
Oh yeah?
I used basically one tank. Yeah, half
Okay. He's on a moped?
So 24 with high octane to avoid. And, they're pretty fun. Right now it's fresh. It's
Who
brand
seals the
new,
records?
Set up, totally stopped.
What are you even talking about?
My last one, I actually took the head off and I
Yeah,
shaved
you
it
have no evidence to show that it's
on
not a
some,
law.
flat surface
Sorry.
and some sandpaper.
I can show you case after case after case after case after case after case after case of people who try to sell your bullshit in court and have lost every single time. And if you want to debate me on that, I am all open, my friend. We can even do it tonight. If you are willing to do a Google Hangout, let's do it.
Ran in a circle.
I don't
Just paid
mind
attention to
changing
how
up
much lip I was
the
putting down.
stream.
I took down a little bit and got more compression and torque out of it. And that last one went up to like 40 miles an hour. I was crossing the bridge in Wenatchee and this guy was like, "What the? Hey, you're doing 40 miles an hour."
Oh my god, I don't care.
For the sake of learning how to sing, so maybe I can sing you guys.
Okay. Let's put it this way. Okay, fine. The state of New Jersey and New Jersey, there's no difference between the two. If you want to say what is the official name of the state, then you would say state of New Jersey, just like Commonwealth of Pennsylvania or Commonwealth of Massachusetts. But most people shorthand it in normal terms to Massachusetts or New Jersey. Zero difference. Sorry.
As a song someday and actually sound fucking.
And yes, I am aware that I am aware of the sovereign citizen meme that the reason why you can't find proof that this works is because they steal records. Yeah, okay. Cool story, bro.
Fucking good. That'd be cool. Anyways, look at the view. If any of you recognize this area, you know where I'm at.
You see, the problem with your argument there, Matrix, is that if it's true, we would have heard the clandestine audio in the courtroom by now. because we all know that sovereign citizens really love to make audio and video recordings of their courtroom hearings, without permission. And, if they were winning, we would be hearing those by now. They got to get at least a couple slipped out. So we haven't heard them yet. So maybe your idea that they're just not there because they sealed the records really isn't going to fly, and it's not going to convince very many people.
Leave a comment below about it. What's down below me here?
Anyway, Matrix, if you want to debate, let's go. If not, sit tight.
That'd be cool if some of you guys know this town. Anyways, I don't really have anything to preach at you except fuck the police. They're a bunch of brainwashed zombies. Oh, actually, a client of my aunt's came over this morning.
Client?
And he was talking about the 5G system and how he
Oh
thinks
God,
they're,
5G's gonna kill us all.
It's like a weaponized system. He's like, yeah, probably they could just crank up the volume on the frequencies and microwave us, pretty much.
You're in New York State, which is in fact the state of New York, which is only in Albany, as well as all caps New York City is not part of New York State. Okay.
Without damaging the surrounding area, they could just microwave us all. Probably hurt the plants, maybe. Not sure. I wouldn't imagine putting a
5G's gonna microwave us all, man.
So. You notice the plants are all starting to die off around you for no apparent reason. It's because of those frequencies.
Oh no, is that you, Root Words? Niggas heirs to the land TV, what is up, man? Peace and light, Islam, etc. How you doing?
On you.
Hold on. I'll be right back while I get another drink.
So that was a cool topic for the day. And just got to do your best to enjoy what little freedoms we have left before they kill us all, or kill the majority, or whatever they're doing. Not that population reduction is a bad idea, because it sure fucking is. With all the stupid people that don't care, the stupid people that close their brains and just do the day-to-day. They don't want to grow, they don't want to learn, they don't want to accept what's really in front of their faces. They kind of make this delusional reality.
Are you going to join? Oh, that is a good question. Hang on.
They're willing to believe in the fictions that they're told.
Okay, shut the... As I was, the thing is like, I ain't going to, I prefer not to dox you. So I don't want you to, kind of hand out your email address. But let's see here. How are we gonna do this? Let me see. Do you have Discord, Matrix? If not, if so, you can join in my Discord channel. Send me a private message with your email address, the Google email address, and you can join in on the Hangout. We can do that. All right.
The state, the government. Well, they're fucking fictions. Most people don't.
The government lies, man.
But I find it funny that I can talk to a regular Joe and say, hey, think about this. The laws of the state only apply if you're in the state, right? They're like, oh yeah. Okay, so what is the state? Well, it's the geographical boundaries.
There's the link to my my Discord. Yeah, he's gonna. Okay, so here, if you pay attention to him, he's gonna start talking about, well, what's the state, man? It's the geographical boundaries. Well, you can't. No. It's somewhere else. It's only in Olympia, the capital. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go with that.
On. Look it up.
Look it up, man. Okay, I'll look it up. We'll watch. Let me see here.
If you Google address to the state of Washington, the state of Washington is in Olympia.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that it's, you know, when you Google where is the state of Washington, its main address, it's going to show you a place in the capital, the seat of government. No shit, Sherlock. Oh my god.
Now, I don't mind the idea of like calling certain areas a name, like Washington, California, you know, New York, so we know where we're talking about on the planet of Earth. But
Meanwhile, what's this? Washington Constitution, Article 24, Section 1. State boundaries. Now in a very arcane arcane phrasing, you know what constitutes the geographic boundaries of the state of Washington. Thank you.
when we're talking about these things, we're also
I ain't
talking
gonna
about
repeat that because
corporation.
that's like archaic as fuck.
We kind of need those terms to communicate with each other where we're talking about. But in all reality, we are not in that name, and we are not in that corporation. Now, a lot of people don't realize that the states are incorporated. So to simply put it, I often say, like I said, the laws of the state only apply if you're in the state. So what is the state?
Did I shepherdize? Oh my god. Hold on, Alpha. Let me shepherdize this shit. Is it good law?
And they say geographic location. And then you show them that
that's a bit of law school humor.
is actually not the state. The state is a corporation. You cannot be in the corporation.
You can be within its geographical boundaries. You can be on its property. Yeah, you can.
When you're in McDonald's, you're not really in McDonald's.
What?
You're in a building with the McDonald's logo on it, but McDonald's itself is a corporation. You are not in McDonald's. You're in a building with the McDonald's logo on it, buying their food that has a McDonald's logo on it. You're not buying McDonald's food.
But you just said I was buying their food. Whose food? McDonald's food? Yeah.
It's not McDonald's food. That's a fucking cow that was killed and some bread that was made and et cetera, et cetera. It's all shit put together with a label on it.
But who purchased the cow? Who purchased the cow meat? Who cooked the meat? Who put it together into a sandwich? Who is selling me it? The cashier? That cashier didn't buy it, make it. It's who they work for. Who do they work for? McDonald's. Therefore, that sandwich is McDonald's sandwich.
With a corporate label on it. Everybody's got their corporate label. You pull out your identification card. It has the corporate label on it. It has the state seal. That corporate label.
Yeah. Yeah, technically your license is state property. But that doesn't mean your name that's printed on there is state property. Is that how this guy is like Is that how his mind operates?
Showing that you are property of the corporate label.
Man, shut up, Wolf.
You are
Nobody
an
asked you.
employee. However, in all reality, we are not. We are not in the state. We are on planet Earth. How can you be in something that doesn't exist, let alone if you're on a landmass, you're not in the landmass until you've been buried, or you dig a deep ass hole and go into it, but even still, you're not really in the landmass because you created more airspace. You have to be in the dirt. You gotta be dead and in the dirt, or on your way to dead and in the dirt.
Oh my God.
How it happens.
You know, these guys really like to harp on how us, as in us in the lawyers, the bar members, the legal society, the legal system, they really harp on us being the ones who you know, play around with words or try to trick people with words. When this guy's doing that exact thing where he's really playing around with words in order to further his own narrative by saying, "Oh, we're not in the state. We're not, you know, we're only on it." When you could just easily say, "Okay, you're within the boundaries of the state, the recognized geographic boundaries of the state of Washington. Thank you. Have a nice day. Moving on. How do you plea?" But then they come around and say that we're the ones who are tricking people with words.
To be in the ground. In all reality, we are on. Well, you're in the state. What is the state? Geographic location. Well, I beg to differ. I cannot be in the state. I might be on the state if it is a
Matrix, I just checked my Discord. I don't think you had you joined in yet. It would announce that you were there.
But I am not in it.
Hang on.
I am in the air. When I get into the water, I am in the water.
Are you though?
When I am floating on top of the water, I am on the water. Hello? It's so funny how they fuck with our minds so much from the time we were young.
Oh my
No
God.
wonder why they wanted to make women equals to men. They wanted to.
Okay, so here in the for the next 5 minutes, he's going to go off into a weird tangent about women working, and it's, yeah, I wasn't expecting it either, and it's kind of weird.
To make them as equally enslaved to the work situation, so that women are no longer in the household, the children of the household are no longer learning from their parents and are learning from the public school system, where all knowledge is absolutely controlled. You are taught to be a slave. The structure of the school itself, like the principal, the president, the teachers are your superiors, you know.
Okay, so you know, public schooling, you know, is as it is structured now, is what got to start in what, like the 1910s, 1920s. Somebody can correct me on that. But schoolhouses and teachers, you know, and primary school education is older than that. On top of that, the concept of government and governance and citizenship, that's also been a concept for a lot longer than our current state of public education. So I don't know where he's going with this argument.
It's a hierarchy system where none are created equal. That's what they're teaching us. We are not equal in the eyes of the state. The statist religion.
Yeah,
Has
so apparently
no
if you,
equality. There is no equality
you
in
know,
the state religion.
agree to the concept of a state or a government,
Even though
you're a
old
statist,
documents of these
apparently.
so-called statists say that equality before the law is paramount. And that all are created equal and etc., blah, blah, blah. We are not equal in the eyes of the state and the statist religion. The police officer is your superior. You must obey them or they will destroy you. They will take your freedoms. They will take your property. They will take your life if they must in order to get you to obey.
Guy seems really salty over the fact that he got his grandmother to pay for his traffic bills.
The judges in these
I'm hearing the
courts
salt in his
are
voice.
your superiors. People only really knew better. See, that's what the public fool system was for.
The
Got everybody fooled.
God, the public fool system?
Get
Really?
women to work, so everybody's too busy to pay attention, and incrementally, they've created this society.
This is all because women were allowed to work.
Shit show. And they raised the cost of living to make it hard.
Hey, well, hey, nothing but
people
respect. Our root words,
to
nothing
make
but
one
respect, my man.
household work, unless you get a.
I can't agree to anything, any goddamn thing you say, but you know what? We'll have a conversation about it, you know? not yell at each other.
Decent education, get a real high-end job.
If these women were still back working in the kitchen,
Busted his ass, went
we
to
still
school
have
for
our freedoms.
5 years, and he's making like $300,000-400,000 a year. That's the way to go. But yet, it's inevitable. You're still a slave to this system.
I just don't understand where he went with this argument. What the hell possessed him to go this route?
Z-virus? Are they going to microwave us?
The Z virus, sir. For the record, it would either be the T virus or G virus. Get your Resident Evil lore straight. Get it right.
With their 5G network?
Or the 5G
release
network
something
is
into
going
the
to kill
air
us
like
all.
They do every year and make everybody sick, so everybody with a weak immune system dies off. What else?
And also the chemtrails. Don't forget the chemtrails.
It's incredible that the people have allowed this to happen. And it's all their fault.
It's all their fault. Not my
Generations
fault.
Before us.
It's all their fault.
Of course, there were some people with voices that warned against this.
Oh, yeah?
Some people warned against the military-industrial complex. Some people warned against government growing up around us the way it is. And corporations.
Oh, my God.
Shouldn't even say government, because
Corporations,
really
man.
when you say government, it's corporation. Because that's all it is. Everything is a corporation. And they're growing up around us to the point to where everything you do has to do with a damn corporation no matter what. Riding a bicycle. I'm riding the Motive Corporation product.
Oh, my God.
Not that that's a bad thing. Not every
And all,
corporation's
yes,
bad.
Goober, Skynet will kill us all.
What we really need is strip their personhood from
God damn
them
you,
so they
Elon
can't
Musk.
have any standing in court. And get the courts back to the common law, to the reality of it all.
You wouldn't know
Flesh
common
and
law if you
blood.
bit you in the ass.
No more corpses. No more dead entities. God, I wish I could see that fucking happen. I think what's gonna happen though is shit's gonna hit the fan. The world's changing.
Oh, yeah?
water is going to be in places where it normally isn't.
Okay.
And there's going to be land masses where there weren't.
Wait, what?
But that might be 20, 30 years from now. Maybe even more. The military projections on the Earth changes are about 20, I think it was it 2050?
If global warming
They're
really
thinking
does melt the ice caps and
2050, there'll be new
floods
land
the
masses out
inland
in the ocean, huge ones.
Yeah.
And all of the lower lying
Like Atlantis?
areas will be underwater.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. If the sea levels are going to rise and flood up California and Florida, how are there at the same time going to be new land masses forming or appearing? How does that work?
And that's how California will go into the water. Because it's a low-lying area and the ocean will come up into it. It's not going to fall in. I mean, as the water goes up, of course, you know, the land gets wet and it'll break off and just kind of... But imagine all the pollution, all the garbage that's going to be in the next era if that happens.
I have no idea if he is. I haven't seen him join in the Discord. The thing is, the reason why I'm asking him to do that is so that he doesn't have to put his email address in the chat. I'd prefer not to have him doxed or anything like that if we're going to have a discussion. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I have the solution here. But I haven't seen him join yet.
Crazy. You're gonna have a lot of shit to clean up. So I would think we need huge water filtration systems to clean up the oceans and things like that, and then
who's gonna build all that?
Have to pick up all these buildings
Garbage?
are gonna be underwater. It's gonna be just a mess.
This guy's acting like this is gonna happen tomorrow.
I don't know. Maybe I'll get lucky and the aliens will just pick my ass up and take
Oh, the
me
aliens.
to another freaking galaxy or something. I'm over this planet. I do want to go travel the planet though before I'm gone. But it's not a necessity if they're willing to pick me up and take me somewhere else. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm fucking hitchhiking, man. I wish I had that ring from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That'd be awesome.
Apparently, he's a fan of
Talk about fiction.
Hitchhiker's Guide.
Cool stuff in movies that would be awesome if we're real.
Yeah, I know, man. Trump was supposed to make anime real, and look how that turned out. Another broken promise.
You're like, just get the ring and shoot it into the sky and be like, I know there's a fucking UFO around here somewhere. I'm gonna hitchhike one.
I would say they would prefer to be on an island.
If you ever
Send
watch
him
the
off to
Hitchhiker's
an
Guide to the
uninhabited,
Galaxy,
unclaimed
pay
island,
attention to it.
and they can have their
They
sovereignty
get picked up
all
by
they
Volgons
fucking
before
want.
the Earth is destroyed. And the Volgons are basically the bureaucratic system that we have around us right now. They're bureaucrats. They one who practices. Oh wait, shit! I'm off it.
Yeah, kinda.
One who operates by a fixed routine without exercising intelligent judgment. And they have to file paperwork to do this and do that, and if the paperwork doesn't ever get to where it's supposed to be, then whatever.
You probably
the
just saw the
paperwork
movie Spot and Kitty.
says
Spot
to
the Kitty.
happen, won't happen.
Ah! Oh my god, I just realized your name is Spotnik. And Kitty. Damn it, took me long enough.
It's the piece of paper that makes something happen. Like, seriously, whoa. That is totally what's going on here. Kind of want to man. I want to go to other countries and see how they're living. Like, experience other cultures. And I hate it when people say this is the best country in the world and we are totally slaves. We can't do anything without asking permission, and I don't understand how that's the best country in the world.
Well,
granted, other places have their problems.
Yeah.
Other places, at least like China, their communist masters at least are willing to tell them the truth. That they are not free. That they will do what their government tells them to do. They don't try to pretend to be free in any least little tiny bit.
You really think
They
that?
don't lie to you. They know they're not fucking free. Anyways, I guess that's all I got for my rant today.
Is it though?
Enjoying this hilltop view. Wish I could see farther out. Almost looks like, I don't know what that is, but I think I want to go find out. I don't know if my camera can pick it up. Oh, hell no. I don't think that'll pick it up. Anyways, what I'm seeing like straight out is a little dome or something. Shit, I wonder if that's... No. I'm gonna find out what that is one of these days soon, and I'll take a video over there when I do. Well, I don't know if somebody's texting me or not, but anyways, it's about time to go to singing lessons.
All right, I asked for
So
his email address so I can send him the invite.
All right, love you guys.
Okay, go away. Shut up. Oh my god, I don't know if I can really handle this next one because it's he's starting to really get on my nerves.
Fronts.
He made this
Anyways.
2 days ago.
Just sitting here thinking, I want to remind everybody that government is a racketeering scheme. You pay me or else. Racketeering. Don't forget that. God, I wish we could just put them out in front of everybody in a whole court system, like, you know.
I may have to move on to something else. I really thought I could handle just him, but it's really starting to kill me.
Ignorant fucks, how this really works.
At least he doesn't do all of his rants inside of his car, like a lot of these other guys do.
Like, sue the motherfuckers in front of the world.
What's up, G-Gen?
Look, this is what government is. They make you pay them under threat of violence, kidnapping, and the like.
I'm still working. I asked him Matrix for his email. I haven't gotten a response yet.
What in the fuck do they do for us? Well, who's gonna pave the roads? Wah, the roads. Pull it out your ass, dude. Fix a fucking road yourself.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God.
I know, y'all. I know.
Government is a racket. Government is mafia. People say that the government in Mexico is worse than here because they'll just throw you in jail for no random reason. What?
Or North Korea. Or China. Or Vietnam. Cuba. Venezuela. Oh, boy. Or Singapore.
Really? Like, that's different from here? They throw you in jail for not obeying them? That's not a random reason to you?
Yeah, unlike
You're
there,
minding your own business, doing your own thing. not stealing from anyone, not
You get due
harming
process.
anyone, not damaging anyone's property, and yet you can still end up in fucking jail? Wow.
Yeah.
Man, you're a fucking free idiot.
Oh, he sounds really pissed that he had to pay those tickets.
Look how free we are. We have 201 flavors of ice cream and coffee to choose from. We are all really good. This country is amazing.
He's so
Look how
salty
fat
about
we can
it.
get. How stupid and complacent. Look how lazy we can get. And the state that we worship.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. His grandmother
buys us
paid
our
it for him.
food. Fucking.
Yeah, dude. You know the funny thing is that right now I could get up and start walking, and I can go wherever the fuck I want. I can go get out $150 in cash and pay an Uber driver. Say, hey, send me across the state line, and he can do it. I could go out there right now and walk wherever the fuck I can go. And I don't have to tell any governing body that where I'm going or what I'm doing. I might get in trouble with my boss because they're going to find me not in work on Monday. But that's between me and my employer, not with government. Whereas in North Korea, whereas in Cuba, and whereas in China, you probably need to tell a state official where you are and what are you up to if they don't hear from you for a number of days. That's the difference.
Scum. Lazy fucking scum.
Can't get it on. Oh, you're on your iPhone? Oh, shit. Well, how about this? The other option is now that you're a member of the Discord, are you able to join in the voice chat on the Discord? If so, you should be able to on your iPhone, and then you'd be able to talk, and then we can have our discussion there. We wouldn't have to do a hangout or anything like that. So let me know if that works, and then we can go from there.
Well, who's going to protect us from the criminals? You and your gun is going to protect you from the criminal. You're waiting 20 minutes for a cop to show up. It's going to get your ass dead.
He joined my Discord, DGen.
What the hell do you need the police for? They show up and cause more problems anyways. Shit, in some cases, the so-called victim in a situation ends up the victim of the police officer, too. In jail, shot, beat up, fucking wrongfully bagged and tagged. There's so much bullshit going on in this country, and the American people are the reason it's happening.
He basically wants everybody to be armed.
Dumb them fucking selves down.
I guess that includes the elderly and
this is the shit we get. We
children
get to suffer through other people's bullshit. Really makes me, if this is the best country in the world, I really want to go see other countries. Like,
wait, why do you want to go see other dead corporate fictions? I thought they didn't exist in your world.
every one of them. I wish I had time to do it and learn about how they all operate and you know, get the pissing and moaning from the people that are under those types of governance or lack thereof. And when you know, a lot of people talk about Mexico, they talk about, you know, the mafia, you know, the cartel and shit, and them being oppressive and murdering.
All right, hold on.
And doing things, and it's like, well, I don't see a difference. If what you're describing really happens in Mexico, that's exactly what's going on here. The only difference between Mexico and here is Mexico, or maybe even other countries. I'm not sure of exactly how it goes in other countries, but I can imagine it does go down like that in some, quite a few probably. at least in those countries where it happens, they don't pretend to be doing it lawfully. They're not wearing costumes like, hey, we are upstanding governmental authorities here to help you. Keep your freedoms.
Oh my god.
As they rob
This is
you,
getting insufferable.
kill you,
I
rape
agree,
you,
Beto. I
put
think
you in
I'm
fucking
done.
cells,
I can't deal
and,
with this shit anymore.
You know, make your life fucking miserable because you didn't pay for the shit. Man. It is ridiculous.
Are you
the
done
way
yet?
The American people think. Like, we need to get rid of the police and wear guns. Oh, well, that... oh,
Wear guns.
people would just die. Well, is that a bad thing, too? Shit.
Whoa.
We got too many assholes running around.
Wow. I missed this part. Wow. Cull the herd, am I right? Shit.
Is that a bad thing, too? And wear guns. Oh, well, that... all kinds of people would just die. Well, is that a bad thing, too? Shit. We got too many assholes running around. I don't see a problem with that. Anyway.
Cull the herd, am I right, y'all?
In rent.
Shit. Damn, man. And now you get a little bit of an insight into his real thoughts there. Shit.
Sir,
Anyway, I'm done. I think this is a little bit more entertaining here.
is there a threat? Is there a threat to public safety, sir?
Maybe.
Sir, are you... Can you please get your sheriff, the head sheriff? Please get the head sheriff. Get your boss, please. Get your boss.
Yeah.
Sir, I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong, sir. I'm recording you.
Okay.
I've done nothing wrong. Sir, get your boss. Sir, get the head sheriff, please.
You're right, Gary. She does sound like the People versus Battle chick. Traffic infraction, not crimes. People versus battle.
Sir, I've done nothing wrong. Is there a threat? Is there a threat to public safety?
Oh, Jiffy Lube, huh?
And not having a license plate is not arrestable offense according to.
Hold on, let me get my. God damn it! Let me get my paperwork I printed out a couple days ago. Shackman versus Dulles. 96 app DC. So the DC appellate court. Did you see the picture you posted about the People versus? You had a picture of it? No, I haven't seen it.
Not an arrestable offense, sir.
Yeah, it is. If you don't have a license or any proof of insurance, well, it might not be an arrestable offense, but they can tow your car.
Sir, why did you pull me over? Do you have a threat to public safety that you need to address? Do you, excuse me, I want to speak to your supervisor. Please get your supervisor. Get your supervisor. No, now. I'm no longer speaking to you. Look. Look here.
Wait. Look it.
If you break my window, that's an illegal search and siege.
Search and siege, as in like they're sieging her vessel, her conveyance. He is enacting a siege upon her vessel.
That's illegal.
I'm giving you a lawful order to
Look,
ma'am.
you're.
Right now, I'm placing you under arrest. Without violence.
Am I under a custodial arrest or am I
Yes.
free to go?
Oh my god, it's like she just operates on autopilot with the script. He had told her at least 3 times now that she's under arrest. Yeah, she's still asked whether she's under custodial arrest.
Am I under custodial arrest?
Ma'am, I'm arresting you
For what?
violence, for refusing my lawful order.
I'm not refusing anything. Look, you didn't ask me. You just told me to pull over, and there's no threat to public safety. Look, let me show
What?
you. Let me show
The
you.
end. Your videos? I haven't
show you
seen
something.
the last couple of your videos
Right
now.
This is under notice of motion to federal court. This case.
She filing a notice of motion right there at the traffic stop? Is that what you're doing? I don't think that's how it works.
Is under notice of motion to federal court. Look, signed
Look.
by a grand jury administrator and
God. Yeah, your common law grand jury.
time stamped by the courts. Okay? I'm going to show you. It's time stamped by the courts. Right now, you are
You can't fire me because I
violating my
quit.
pursuits to travel. Signed and dated. You see that?
What even is
Now,
that?
sir, I've done nothing
Attached to
wrong.
her car.
It's not an arrestable offense to drive without a license plate. I want to see your boss, please. I'm trying to be reasonable here, and
Are you though?
I'm not doing anything wrong. And I've asked if I could see your boss, please. I cannot be under arrest because there's no injured party.
Oh God.
Is there an injured party? Do you have an affidavit and an arrest warrant? Do you have an arrest warrant?
He doesn't need an arrest warrant in a traffic stop.
He needs to come from away from there. Also, I have a fencing and posting on my body.
Yeah, you know what? She definitely, her and the People versus Battle chick, they sound like fucking the Karen, the sovereign citizen version of Karens. Ah, you know what? Fine, fuck it. We'll make it a bingo night after all. Hang on. Where's that damn link? Hang on. I forgot my link to the cards. Where is it? I know it's in my description. Oh, or not. Damn it. Here we go. New card. All right.
I have a fencing and posting that says, "Do not touch my property, my body." Sir, what lawful order
This is a traffic,
states that you can pull me over and illegally search me?
He said common law.
Yes, you are. You're trying. I have a rights. I have rights.
She said,
and I want to speak to your
am
boss.
I being detained? She
I
said,
want
am
to
I...
speak to your boss? No, sir, right now, because if you do anything, you will be done the same way right here. You have a bond, you have license and insurance. There's already one policeman been fired for treating me this way. Sir, I want to speak to your boss. I'm recording you, and I want to speak to your boss.
That's fantastic. Get out of the vehicle.
Oh my God, where's the head sheriff? Where is the head sheriff? Where is the head sheriff for, what is this county called?
Alachua County Sheriff.
Alachua County. Where is your boss?
ID 1644.
Where is your boss?
A lawful order to
A
exit the
lawful
vehicle,
order to do what?
to get out of the vehicle.
I do not have to get out of private property.
I'm telling you
Sir,
right now,
Yeah.
sir, where's your
You
boss?
have the right to act.
I am not trying to argue with you. Get me your boss, please.
You
Please
are
get me your
arguing with
boss.
him.
Ma'am,
Please get me your boss.
Oh, Lord.
Sir, I'm not under arrest. There's no arrest warrant. Do you have an arrest warrant?
under arrest.
Do you
He
have a
does- he
proper
doesn't need
arrest
one.
warrant? Do you have
He
an
doesn't
arrest
need
warrant
one.
with a signed wedding signature from a judge that says
Wedding?
there's an injured party?
Wedding? Wedding signature? All right. Yeah.
that I've injured someone.
Ma'am, I'm telling
Do
right
you
now,
have that? Go get your boss,
you need to
please.
get out of the vehicle. We're gonna break your window to get
Don't
inside and
touch
place
my
you under
vehicle. If you
arrest.
do, that's an illegal search and siege. Sir, I've done nothing wrong. Please get me your boss. Please.
Search and siege.
Get me your boss. Please get me your boss. I don't know how many times I have to ask for that. I feel threatened right now. I'm being threatened. I'm being coerced. I'm under duress right now.
I know
I'm
she
being
means
threatened
wet
that if
ink,
I don't give
but
to the
she
whims
sounds
of this
like it
sheriff,
says
that
wedding.
I'm going to be harmed, that my vehicle's going to be harmed. I need to speak to your sheriff. I need to speak to your office, your superior. I need to speak to your superior, sir. Look, let me show you something. Let me just show you
No.
this. This is called the Common Law Handbook.
I already got it. Oh, yeah? How much did you pay for that? Please tell me it's like printed and stapled together.
I need to speak with your boss.
Arizona tag on the trailer.
I need to speak with your boss.
That's right, this is-
You're doing something illegal right now. You have a
Do you
duty
have your license on you?
Isn't
You
this a
have a duty
motorhome?
to uphold the Constitution.
Eyes on her
Are
while
you
you
an oath? Are you an oath keeper or a code enforcer? Which one are you? Are you an oath keeper or a code enforcer?
Code enforcer,
Which one are
policy
you?
enforcer. I'll go with that.
Because
I'll
you
let
don't
it-
have
I'll
a
count
right
it.
to pull me over and arrest me. I've done nothing wrong.
Have a good night, Dinky. Later.
Look, where is
Adios.
your boss? Are you an oath keeper, Sheriff? Sir? Are you an oath keeper? Look, I do not want to argue with you. I've done nothing wrong. And here's your duty. Here's your duty. The duty of the sheriff. You have a sheriff's duty.
Identify yourself.
Why do I have to identify myself? I've done nothing wrong.
You're under arrest.
Sheriffs today, a sheriff always has the power to make arrests within his or her own county.
Yeah.
Some states extend this authority to adjacent counties or to the entire state.
Yeah.
Many sheriff's officers also perform routine patrol functions such as traffic control,
Yeah.
accident investigations, and transportation of prisoners.
Right.
Larger departments may perform criminal investigations, and some, usually large sheriff's office, command and air patrol.
Okay.
As sheriff's law enforcement duty
It's like she's reciting something she's reading off of Wikipedia. Like, yes. Yeah, that's sheriffs. That's the powers and duties of sheriffs in the United States.
become more extensive and complex, new career
New career opportunities. Oh yeah. It's like is he reading off of recruitment paragraph?
sheriffs are responsible for maintaining safety and the security of the court. A sheriff's deputy may be required to attend court. Sir, where is your boss? You're bound by the Constitution and the oath that you kept.
Woo!
You have no immunity from
Oath of
liability
office, I'll
when
take
you
it.
are violating my constitutional rights.
You gonna do it from the passenger side?
Don't break my window.
Oh! Don't break my window. Breaks window.
That's it.
Get out of the car.
Don't.
Get out of the car.
She's
Don't-
mad.
Get out of the car.
Why would you do such a thing? I feel threatened. He's violating my rights. He's violating. What is your name? What is your name?
Get out of
What is your name?
Get
No.
out.
No, you broke my window. No.
Well,
No.
yeah.
No. You're ripping me out of my vehicle.
Under arrest.
Stop. I did nothing wrong. Stop.
Well. Going to jail now. All right, hold on. I think she has other videos though. Hold on. Yes. Does. Hold on.
Okay, so
Hold on. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I need more booze. I need more booze for this.
I get pulled over, right? And you can see that video under the Alachua County Police or Sheriff's Department who violated my rights.
Oh, yeah?
And I make a series of phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm told, first of all, that in order for me to
Stop calling.
make a complaint against the Alachua Sheriff's Department, that I have to complain to the Alachua
Oh, she did
Sheriff's
turn off the
Department,
comments.
which one is an issue to me. I'm going to complain to the agency that employs the sheriff that violated my constitutional rights. Yeah. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right?
Does it?
So then, after I speak to the Sergeant Beck, he tells me in our conversation that they viewed the dash cam and they don't think that the officers did anything wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm going to link the other video to this one so you can tell me whether you think they did anything wrong. And this is only from my video recorder.
This is
You
where we
don't
throw our
see
heads back
how they
and
get
laugh.
on my
You ready?
back, how they choke me with my purse, and other things. All you see is them breaking my window, a police officer not identifying himself after being asked multiple times, and they harm me. I mean, today is the 9th or 10th of January,
Yeah.
and on the 21st was when this happened. And as you can see, my knee is still bandaged by a doctor. I'm
Okay.
actually on my way to a clinic today to get it re-bandaged so that the antibiotic pad that she put on it can be refreshed. And sometime next week, I'm going to a wound care specialist. So the fact that you have to report to the agency that
It seems to me, and again, I don't know if I've seen any of the context of her before the cop stopped her, is that she probably refused to stop when the officer was behind her and blasting lights and sirens for her not having proper tags. And so he said, "Hey, lady, you're under arrest," because, she was not stopping. She didn't like it. And they busted the window because she refused to get out of the car, refused to give her information, refused any of the lawful commands that they provided. So they smashed the window, dragged her out of the car, put her in handcuffs. And you know what? It probably scraped her knee because that's, getting, put into the ground on pavement doesn't tickle. So based on what I've seen from her video,
that harmed you,
I don't think the
to
cops
make a
did anything
complaint
wrong.
Is bullshit. It's like complaining to the doctor's office of the doctor that hurt you, like they're gonna really do anything about it. And I said to Sergeant Beck, "Oh, I get it. It's the blue boy game, right? Y'all gonna protect each other no matter what."
oh
I
God.
said, according to Title 18 of the United States Federal Code under subsection
Okay.
242.
Hold on. Do you actually even believe in codes? I thought you guys don't believe in codes and statutes. They're not real law, so why are you citing it?
It states that anyone who's acting under color of law, whether it's a statute, an ordinance, it doesn't matter. If you're acting under color of law, whoever acts under color of law and causes a person in any state or county or any territory to be deprived of their rights, they're guilty, period. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but these dirty, unconstitutional law code enforcers,
I like how
civil
she's
code enforcers,
zooming
are
in the
going
phone
down.
for
I've had
emphasis.
enough. They're guilty of treason. They're guilty of harming the American people. They do not protect and serve. They violate their oath at
Law
every time they
enforcement.
turn around. And all they're doing is enforcing
Law enforcement.
codes, statutory codes.
Yep.
Go look up the Black's Law Dictionary.
Oh God. Oh man, I wish I had that on my bingo card. Fucking Black's Law.
In the 7th edition, on page
Oh.
1424,
Oh,
it
7th edition?
defines a statutory instrument, such as a ticket, where there's statutory codes written on it,
Yeah.
as being a British regulation or order.
What? Hold on. I gotta hear that again. 5 seconds back.
Codes written on it as being a British, such as it defines a statutory instrument, such as a ticket, where there's statutory codes written on it.
Wait, where are we at, Alpha? When I was in law school, we were at 8th edition. What are we at? Are we at like 10th now, or what? You tell me. When I was in law school, it was 8th edition.
As being a British regulation or order.
A statutory instrument, like a traffic ticket, a U.S. traffic ticket, is a British law?
Codes written on it as being a British regulation or order. Now, this is true. It is a
Is it? Is it?
British regulation or order. These cops who are sworn to their oath in the Constitution are now enforcing. And the reason they're doing that is because we have attorneys in our country who have misguided them. These attorneys are registered with the American British Accredited Registry Association.
Oh, the American Bar Association, aka the American British Accredited Registry Association. Oh, God.
You hear that? The bar. They're registered in our country as foreign agents. According to the Constitution,
Am I?
that means they are enemies that are on our domestic enemies on our land.
She's calling me a terrorist, y'all. Fuck.
That are against us, that are against the Constitution, that have no qualms.
Cheers for being a domestic enemy of the United States. Because I got my law license, y'all.
Throwing you in jail for nothing, including resisting arrest. The state cannot be the injured party. And I'm really tired of these cops thinking they can violate my rights. So if anybody knows anyone who can help me file a claim against them and a complaint against them so that I can sue them for retribution.
I may have been born in the U.S., but apparently the moment I got my law license, I suddenly became a subject of the British Empire. I turned into a goddamn loyalist redcoat.
Please contact me through my YouTube email account, which is TamaraELMoore@gmail.com.
All right, I would be mad, but I mean, she kind of doxed herself right there. So, I mean, it can't be, the onus can't be placed on me when she fucking straight up puts her email address like that. God, fuck. She got more.
You know,
Attorneys are foreign agents to our land.
I just got off the phone with an attorney out in Jacksonville that represented this guy that had IE ass on the back of his truck.
What the fuck? What? Let me hear that again. Hold on.
You know, I just got off the phone with an attorney out in Jacksonville that represented this guy that had IE ass on the back of his truck.
The defense attorney represented a client who had IE ass on the back of his pickup truck. Now I want to shake that attorney's hand, goddammit. Protecting that dude's constitutional rights.
And he got a ticket and some other things, but then they fought it and he won. Okay? The
Okay.
guy was like, the lawyer, the attorney,
Ugh.
was like, I can't believe that there wasn't more to the story, and I knew that it was a violation of his rights, his, First Amendment rights, freedom of speech. So I represented him. I said, oh my gosh, there's actually somebody in this world who is registered with the bar who is concerned about citizen or Americans.
Oh, she almost slipped. You slipped there. You almost said citizen. Can't be that. Citizens are slave corporate fictions. Gotta be American here.
Rights, common law rights, right?
Right?
So I looked the dude up and I call his office. Now it's Sunday night and it's about 8 o'clock. I didn't expect anyone to answer. But Andrew answered. And I basically told him that what happened, that I was pulled over. The cop was in the middle of the freeway. He had somebody else pulled over. I don't know how he saw my plate when I had a trailer 4 foot behind it going past him at 60 miles an hour. Speed limit. I don't know how, but he did. All of a sudden, he has to speed to catch up to me 3 miles away. He had to speed to catch up to me.
I
He
doubt
comes
he.
next to me and
I doubt he had to speed to catch up to your trailer. With all due respect.
looks at me, drops back and looks at the lack of no plate. And then he gets behind my trailer. He follows me with his lights on, no siren, because I don't listen to the radio. And then he isn't even noticed for like 2 miles
Okay.
when I swerved to miss a board. And I swerved to the right, and he swerves to the left and hits the board. So after they pull me over,
I
I'm
have
gonna
no
link the
idea how
video
she's going
on
through
how
this.
they treated me. They first tell me to get on the ground on my face.
Well, no. He first told you to roll down your window and to at least provide your information. And then he told you that you're under arrest and get the hell out of the car.
That's what I thought I heard. So I roll my window down and I tell him, no, I'm not getting on the ground. I haven't done anything wrong. What do you want? What is your problem? I'm going to record you. So then I turn my phone on. Then he says, driver, we need your license and your registration. Okay?
Yeah.
And I tell him, no, I want to see your boss. I'm not going to give in. Why would I give him something that he could use to incriminate me with? First of all, because that's all they want to do is incriminate you in any way they can. If they find you doing anything after the point of contact, then, they're going to do whatever they want to you.
In virtually every state, at a lawful stop, you are required to provide information upon request. If you don't, at least in New Jersey, it's a disorderly conduct offense. Oh Lord, I sent it. And that bar nonsense, just you were right on that bar, short for barrister. Only, no. At least that's not how I understand the bar to be. Matrix. Bar is intended to be representative of the physical bar between the court and the public gallery. That's what it means. So, passing the bar could mean passing the examination. It also has a double meaning of passing the bar, as in as passing the examination and getting your license, you are allowed to pass the bar into the courtroom. That's what bar means. I personally have never heard it being short for barrister, but I could be wrong. Suffice to say, it is not an acronym for British Accredited Registry.
And I wasn't consenting. I was not going to consent to him pulling me over. I pulled over because I didn't want an incident like I had in Tennessee this year in June Kentucky, where the cops are following me at 2 o'clock in the morning, 7 of them with their sirens on, and as I cross the state line.
She did it again?
Because I was sleeping in a church parking lot. You know, I'm getting fucking tired of this shit. Well, this attorney, after I tell him how they get on my back, a 265-pound cop gets on my back, I'm 128 pounds.
Are you? Are you, though?
He gets on my back, he rips my contractured arms behind me and my torn rotor cuff. He's holding me with the handcuffs on while he's still got...
It is saying something when a lot of these sovereign citizens always seem to claim some sort of injury or prior injury or disability at the point of being arrested. It's curious. It's very curious.
Weight on my back, and his partner grabs my purse strap and chokes me. He says, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, you don't have a right to demand you see his boss." I said, yes, I do. And I quoted Shuttlesworth versus the state of Birmingham, Alabama.
I think in fairness, I think she said rotator cuff, Alpha. I don't think she said rotor cuff. I do think she said rotator cuff.
Against Birmingham, Alabama. And he says, "I'm fully aware of it." I said, "Really?" He said, "But you don't have any rights. You shouldn't have demanded for his boss." I said, "They used excessive force." He said, No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to represent you." I said, "You're no different than anyone else." I said, "You're no different than anyone else." I said, "You're an attorney. You're registered with the bar. You know, the British accredited registry."
Okay, so, oh my God. Let's end it right here. I am not a dues-paying member of any bar association, and I'm still active. I'm licensed and active in my jurisdictions, but I'm not paying any dues to any association, whether it be New Jersey Bar Association, the New York Bar Association, or the American Bar Association, or the local or county associations that are out there. I do not have to be a member in order to be actively practicing. End of.
I didn't expect you to respond any differently than you actually did. And you could hear his voice change, and he says, really sad. He says, "I don't know what you're talking about." And I said, "Yes, you do." I said, "Are you registered with the bar?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Oh, you're registered
she did
with
say
the British
rotor?
accredited registry, and you don't know what I'm talking about?" I said, "I know for a fact you have on file that you're registered as a foreign agent."
I apparently missed that memo, lady. I didn't have to register with any foreign agent. I didn't have to register with no State Department that I'm a foreign agent of the Crown of England. Come on.
And he was really sad. You could hear his voice.
Yeah, I would be sighing of sadness too if I was listening to a crazy lady who thinks I am a fucking foreign agent by virtue of my profession. Yeah, I would be like, Jesus Christ, I got another crazy person again, huh?
He tried to respond to
what's my take on the common law excuse? Well, sovereigns definitely have a warped view of the common law. Their version of the common law is very different from how I've understood it to be and how history has understood it to be. All right, Matrix, we can do this debate. I sent you a private message on Discord, so reach out to me there, and we can have something set up. So let me know. But you have a good night, man. Later. But the end. I'll do your question. They are Stonecutter. We do. Not that song. Anyway, common law is something very unique to nation states that were once part of the British Empire or the English, because that's where common law comes from. Common law tends to be custom law or laws originating from the judicial opinions. In other words, there are laws that are formulated by opinions by judges that have been retained and passed down through decision, rather than being, specified on a piece of paper. So it's judge-made law. The thing is that that's been common law. However, the U.S. and even the United Kingdom now have mixed systems where they have both judge-made laws that are enforceable, but also laws that have been that are passed by their legislatures, statutory law, or laws that have been codified. So, for example, a lot of our criminal laws out there have common law origins. And I'll give you the best example that I have. The common law definition of burglary, and Alpha could probably correct me, is the unlawful breaking and entering of the dwelling house of another at nighttime with the intent to commit a felony therein. That is the common law definition of burglary. And that is like formulated over generations of decisions where it's, elements are added, subtracted, and so on and so forth. The thing is that it's a very restrictive definition. So, for example, what if somebody breaks and enters into a company warehouse? Well, that's not burglary then, is it? It's not a dwelling. A dwelling is somebody's home, somebody's place of residence. So, a lot of times, the states have then codified those laws and changed the definitions to be more applicable to more than just what the common law definition applied it to. So now, as Alpha put in there, a dwelling house can be somebody's tent if they're camping out somewhere. A dwelling house can be this lady's trailer. It's a mobile home. Back then, a dwelling house wasn't going. A trailer home wouldn't count as somebody's dwelling house under the common law definition, but now it does. So that's why. So that's the difference between common law and statutory or civil law. The thing is that there are aspects of the law in the United States that have not been codified. For example, contracts. The law on the formation of contracts has not been, at least I know in most states, has not been codified. In other words, you're not going to go into Lexus and go into a state's statutes or state's codes and find them saying this is what a contract is. And you'll see that for a lot of things. You'll see that in, for example, the Four Corners rule is a contract rule. The parole evidence rule. Those rules are purely judge. Those are purely case law. They're not codified. So that is the difference between common law and statutory law, as I understand it, as most people understand it. These guys, their definition of common law is the whole premise of natural law. In other words, what they selectively define the law to be as they believe it to be. And in most instances, their definition of true common law is there has to be an injured party. There has to be some sort of physical harm or monetary damage in order for something to be illegal or against the law. But that's never been, accepted as a proper definition. Like, ever. Never, ever. So that's the difference between the sovereign citizen's common law and the definition of common law. There you go. Long-winded, but there you go.
To me, but I cut him off and told him, and you know what? You're a traitor. And I hung up on him. So, you guys,
Loyal American, I mean, that may be what it is in Florida, but when I went to law school, bar was never considered an acronym, at least as I understood it when I went to law school.
I'm going to go find out because I know where he works and I know what county he's in. I happen to know it's on record that he is registered as a foreign agent, and I'm going to find out when he graduated from that fucking college that he went to. I'm going to find out when he took the bar, and then I'm going to go show everybody that he is a traitor guilty of treason. You have a nice day.
Yeah. Still waiting for that one, sweetheart. What? Yeah, I don't think she's going to work with that. Or I don't think she's going to be successful. Oh, this guy.
That specifically target sovereign ideals.
Mm-hmm. You gotta listen to this.
Inalienable rights.
I haven't heard it all, but it's funny.
Not to consent to a government that has abused its authority. And just like in the days of...
Oh my god. And see, this entire meme is exactly what I'm talking about. Well, officer, a crime requires an injured party. Oh yeah? According to who? Seeing as there isn't one, I can assume you are attempting to manufacture my consent to a contract with the state's corporate policy in order to generate revenue as part of the racketeering scam.
When the British
soldiers
Gary. Were trying to
get killed in my first mission.
The American settlers, the tea tax of their day, and you had sympathizers that just...
You know, the idea was that the founders, they weren't happy about the taxes, but the bigger thing that they weren't happy about is the lack of representation.
Just wanted to go along with the King of England and not rock the boat. You have individuals nowadays that are the same way. They don't want to rock the boat. They've been caught up into this world of imagination called the state. So we're going to debunk these people.
Oh, yeah?
But we're not going to do it in the way that they do it.
Oh, yeah?
If you've ever dealt with anti-sovereigns, you know that the first thing that they like to do is they like to call you names, they like to make fun of you, and they like...
You're not wrong.
...to question your mental stability. This is a tactic that they choose to employ because, quite frankly, they don't have anything really that they can use to disprove.
Other than the mountain of case law at our disposal.
The arguments that you would make. Now, when I say that, I want to be clear. Not all arguments that are made by those that are beginning this process of understanding their sovereignty, their inalienable rights, not all the arguments made by individuals out there are actually correct. So those that are not correct, I'm obviously not going to defend those, but I will definitely explain how you
This will be the last one, and then I'll be calling it a night.
Sovereigns out there. And so it's important to understand what is sovereignty? So many people don't understand this. They think that simply that the government has sovereignty and that you, as a human, as a person, if you will, don't have sovereignty. But I'm going to prove that not only do you have sovereignty, that your sovereignty exceeds the sovereignty of the government.
Oh,
And
yeah?
so we're going to take it step by step, and in so doing, we can clearly demonstrate that the anti-sovereigns are not correct.
Oh, I can't
So
wait to
one
hear
of the
this one.
great ways to do this is to ask questions of anti-sovereigns.
Oh, yeah?
Now, you got to understand,
I know he's like he's tiny, really only 36 subscribers, but I noticed that he does comment a lot on a lot of anti-sovereign anti-sovereign citizen channels and a lot of pro-sov citizen channels. I noticed that he comments a lot.
that what they're going to rely on are court cases that support
Yeah?
their belief system.
It's usually the strongest pieces of evidence of knowing whether or not your legal arguments are correct. Yeah.
It's okay, because we can deal with that.
Oh, can you?
But it's important to understand that all court decisions are subjective.
Are they?
So what do I mean by subjective? So what I mean is very simple. Court decisions, whether they've come from the Supreme Court or the appellate courts or whatever court system is being utilized, are only opinions. And
So he's projecting the entire concept of common law. Isn't that ironic?
so because of that, they have been overruled by other opinions. So now, what do you do in the circumstance where you have one Supreme Court deciding in a case to make a decision in one direction, and then in a latter court case they decide, oh well, you know what, we didn't get it right at that point, so we're going to switch things now to give a new understanding. What you have is,
You know, in the vast majority of instances, when that happens, the decisions are usually decades apart from each other. The biggest example I'll give you is Plessy versus Ferguson happening in like the 1880s, or somebody could correct me on that, 1880s, and then Brown versus Board of Education striking that one down in 1954. So that's what, 60 years apart?
subjective opinions that don't really give any solid foundation to what is truth,
Oh my God, this guy doesn't get it.
what is agreed upon in the Constitution. Now, anti-sovereigns will say that sovereigns do not want any form of laws or restrictions or whatever requirements for reasonable safety issues or
Yeah. JeHeretic is the prime example of that. He doesn't want any form of government at all.
just general welfare of all individuals. And I would say that that's not true. For example, no sovereign is going to go out there and tell you, well, it's okay to kill somebody or to rob somebody. Obviously, these are laws that govern man. But
Yeah.
the question is, where
Who
do
is
those laws come from?
who enforces them? Who enforces those laws?
Those laws didn't come from man, they came from God. And
Oh
so
my God.
you have the 10 Commandments, and in those 10 Commandments, it says, you shall not steal.
And you know what? What if someone says, fuck your God, fuck your 10 Commandments, fuck your religious bullshit, I'm gonna take what I want. And who's gonna fucking stop me? What's gonna happen then?
You shall not.
You gonna take the law into your own hands? So does that mean that in order to enforce your rights of life, liberty, and property, you have to have the capacity to be armed and use force and violence in order to retain that. And if you don't, tough shit.
Commit murder, you shall not covet. And so, ironically, this is the very thing government does. It steals, it covets, it uses its authority in a way of force to require you to be
Are you sure about that, Nathan?
enslavement.
My God.
So, how do we debunk the anti-sovereign? In America's founding of its own government, it decided to write a letter to the king, and in that letter it's called the Declaration of Independence.
Right.
In that letter, the Declaration of Independence established a doctrine called the consent of the governed.
Yeah.
Now, anti-sovereigns will say, well, but that was way back then, it doesn't count now.
No. I'm sorry, but no.
It was only a historical document, but its implications don't matter. Well, that's not.
What the fuck does the preamble of the Constitution mean? We, the people. How did the Constitution get ratified? Through the consent of the governed. The fucking 13 colonies independently ratified the Constitution.
Not true, because even the federal government recognizes that you have inalienable rights. So the best way I would say to begin to debunk a anti-sovereign is by asking them to define what the government's expression of inalienable rights are. So what does the government say inalienable rights are?
The Constitution.
Now, I'm asking this in a specific way because they're going to tell you, if you leave it to them of their own defining of what inalienable rights are, you're going to get a varied response. But at least with you asking them, what does the government say inalienable rights are?
Oh my God. I'd point you to the fucking Constitution. That's where I'd point you to. The fuck is wrong with you?
And ask them, where do those inalienable rights come from?
Whether or not they come from God or from the minds of men, they are enforced and defined and expressed on paper by men. That's why we have a constitution. That's why we have it written in fucking paper and put on display so that it is there for everyone to see and is not subject to someone's personal interpretation, whether they are a man on the street or somebody in a position of power. That's why it's there. You fucking moron.
And so they're going to have to look to whatever historical documents that they can.
Yeah.
And obviously the Declaration
the Federalist Papers. The Declaration.
Independence being the best source.
The minutes of the Constitutional Convention.
They have to give the government's own
oh my God.
Expression, written, documented expression of what inalienable rights are. So they can't back out of that one. So once you've laid that foundation, they will not be able to get out of it. In fact, oftentimes you're going to find that anti-sovereigns will not go any further from that point because they know that you've got them. But they're going
oh yeah, you totally got
me,
bitch. Oh yeah, you got me. I answered your question full up. But yeah, please tell me I'm stumped by your 200 IQ question.
Call you names, and they're going to say that you're not mentally sound and make fun of you in whatever capacity.
Oh, no. I'll call you a fucking moron, but I still responded to your question completely and fully. And you can check the record back there. It's not an ad hom if I actually answer your question and then say you're a fucking idiot at the end of it.
They so choose. But just understand, those are tactics used by weak individuals trying to attack something because of the fear that they have within themselves. They have built their lives around being part of this enslavement, and therefore, they're
You're
trapped
slaves
by
to
it.
the
They
system,
can't
man.
see beyond it. They've been taught to be enslaved. And so, in that respect, it's important that we pity them, that we do not hate them for
Oh, please.
their lack of understanding of inalienable rights.
They just don't get it, man. They just don't get it. The poor sheeple are just not woke enough.
About individual sovereignty. So, since this is becoming a important topic and growing, I'm going to address this with multiple videos on this topic. So
Oh,
I didn't
I
want to
bet
make
you
this
are.
video too long. We're already past 15 minutes, so I will continue to share other videos
I
explaining
can't wait to hear it.
how to debunk the anti-sovereigns. Until then, guys, just continue to stand for the truth. Stand for what you believe to be your rights, your sovereign rights, inalienable rights. And know that the Constitution does indeed back your rights, your sovereign inalienable rights. And I'm going to explain all that too in my next video.
Oh
Until
yeah,
then,
I bet.
I love you all. God bless you all. Be safe and be loving. Remember what Jesus said, love your enemies as yourself. And so with that, I sign off.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay, easy there, Walter Cronkite. All right, that's it. I'm done. I can't take this shit anymore. These folks. Ah, man. All right, you guys have a good night. I actually have to get up pretty early. Desert. What are you trying to plug, Desert? Before I sign off, I gotta get up early in the morning. For some horrifying reason, I decided to schedule my oil change at 8:30 on a Saturday. I don't know what's wrong with me, but did he ever put out a video how they should spend their time in jail cell? Wait, who are you referring to? Gary, I have no idea. I can't hear you, Desert. In like 10 seconds. I gotta call it a night, man. You have a video tomorrow. Police department narrative on a Chomo? I have First Amendment follower. All right. Everybody check out Desert Sentinel. They may have a video on a First Amendment auditor. Go for it. But anyway, good night, y'all. Have a good take it easy. Hope you have a great weekend. And I will see you next time. Take care. Adios.